Welcome to part 12 of the Peterbilt 359 build-up. Been a long time coming, this update. The last update was sometime last year. I think it could have been around November time, but I'm not sure, really. Could have been actually later than that. I'm not. Do you know what? I really don't know. I really can't remember when the last time I did an update on this, because I know we got the SMDs down on both of the sides, but we'd run out for the top, so I had to order some, and there was a 2-week lead on these, and then I decided that whilst I was waiting for those, I would get the Shelby Mustang finished, which I did, and then it's kind of back to this again, and then unfortunately my condition flared up a bit, which meant I couldn't do any modelling, and then after that I decided that I needed a new workspace, so I built myself a proper little man cave for my hobby, in which I'm glad to say is really comfortable. And we've also got more lighting in here as well, so I mean, hopefully, you know, we're not going to have to do a little jiggle and a dance with the parts to try and get the light to shine off of them, so you can see all of the details, etc., like we were before. And some of the filming was a little bit dark too, but hopefully with this new lighting we're not going to have any of those little issues that we had before. Keeping fingers crossed. Yeah, so the main aim of the game at the moment is just to get these SMDs in. Once those are in and they're all wired up together properly, then I can get the cab and the sleeper cab put together, and then once they're put together, I can get them onto the chassis. Now, I have actually dry fitted these and they do slot in really well, so that's always good news. One of the last things to be done really for the sleeper cab, once the lights are in, is I just need to paint the underside of it in semi-gloss black. I also need to put a hole in there for the switch to be able to turn the lights on and off as well. So yeah, we're not too far away actually, really, with getting this complete. And I'm looking forward to actually using my new bench. So without further ado, I'm just going to go along and get those SMDs put in and all wired in, and once that's done I will come back to you. Good news is we've now got all of the little red SMDs on the back of the sleeper cab. They just need to be tidied up to get them in line, etc., but I won't be doing that until such time that the sleeper cab, etc., is on the actual chassis. I think it's going to really be one of the last jobs I ever do on this, just mainly because you're always going to be touching it and handling it, and there's every chance that you're going to sort of put one off course, so I'd rather wait until the end for that. So for the moment, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let these wee little SMDs sort of burn in for a while. Last thing I want to do is just close everything up and then find out that one of them's gone, because then that means I'm going to need to take it all apart to replace it. So I'd rather, if I need to replace anything, I'd rather replace it at this stage of the game. But I don't think any will, really, to be fair. They're all running off of, I've got 3 separate channels, basically 3 separate lots there. So we've got the side ones, and then we've got the top ones, and they're all powered by a 5.7k resistor each. So I've got 3 of the 5.7k resistors in there. So I'm kind of thinking that they shouldn't burn out. I think the 5.7k resistor is more than enough to handle that. So I think the SMDs are going to have a pretty long life with that. So yeah, that's going to be the next bit. Just leave them there to burn in. Need to get the door sorted out. Also need to get a hole drilled into the base as well for the DC jack. This is going to be done on a 9-volt DC power adapter, because it's just really on this, there's just too many SMDs for a 9-volt battery to handle. I mean, if you look at it, I've got all of the ones in the back of this, then I've got all of the ones in the front bumper, then all of the ones in the interior, and then all the other, you know, the headlights as well, and then we've also got the tail lights on this, etc. So yeah, you know, it's there's a lot. I think it's close to 100 SMDs that we've actually got on this wee beastie. So I just need to do this by a 9-volt DC. But yeah, so that's about it for the moment. As soon as I made some more progress on this wee beastie, I will come back to you. Good thing is we've got the cab and the sleeper cab married together. That was done, I think, about 6 o'clock last night, and it's just been left all night just to set up. So it should have done by now. I mean, I can pick up, pick it up by the cab, and the sleeper cab stays attached. So hopefully that means that it's not going anywhere. We've still got all the wires here that haven't been connected to anything yet. I'm not going to do that really at the moment. I mean, we've got all of the correct resistors put in as well, but I'm not going to tidy up those wires until such time that the cab is actually on the chassis, because I need to run the all the lights through from the bumper into the cab, and then the tail lights through into the cab as well. I also need to get the resistors attached to those as well, and then the last lot of wires that need to come through are for the headlights that are attached to the hood. So I'm not going to bother tidying up all of the wires or soldering all the wires together until such time that the hood is actually on. And then once that's done, I'll then be able to get everything put in and get everything tested. And then I'll be able to seal that baby up, and then it'll just be onto the rest of the auxiliary parts. So we're not a million miles away at the moment. I can't remember what stage I'm at the moment, to be quite honest, in the instructions, because I haven't really looked at them just recently, because I've just been too busy fiddling about with these bits. But yeah, I'm gonna sort of today's job for me really is to get the cab onto the chassis, get all the wires run through into the sleeper cab, get all the resistors on, etc, etc, and then just sort of generally get it ready for the next stage to get the hood attached with the headlamps, so I can get those in and resisted as well. So that should take up a fair while to do. But as soon as I've got that part done, I will come back to you. Okay, we've had some success. We've now got the cab and the sleeper cab mounted to the chassis, and oh boy, did this damn thing fight me all the way. When I originally test fitted the whole lot before I started doing all the wiring, everything fitted absolutely perfectly and it went on the stand, not a problem at all. And that was without these two parts being joined or all glued together. It all fitted, all looked perfect, and it looked fantastic. Unfortunately, when I come to fit this thing this time round to put it down, it didn't want to go. It kept on missing the rear mounting peg and also the two mounting pegs for the sleeper cab that kind of butt up against the cab itself. So yeah, a bit of a weird one, that one. So I basically had to take the two parts apart again. You know, I had to take the cab and the sleeper cab apart, partially install them, which is contrary to what the instructions say. The instructions say that you glue these two parts together, then you plop it on the chassis, job done. Yeah, didn't work. Ended up taking both of the parts, you know, taking them apart again, and then dealing with it from there. So yeah, it took a little while to do, but we managed to get it there. So that's now actually in the process of gluing up. I'm now not going to be able to do anything with this until tomorrow, really, I guess, because I'm just going to need to wait for all that glue to dry securely before I do anything else, which is a bit of a shame, really, because you know, made some decent progress on it. It's starting to look good. You can see the start of what is going to be the truck. But yeah, I'm just going to need to leave that until such time it's glued. That's why I've got the tape as well up here, is to make sure that they stay butted up together. But yeah, I'm just going to leave that now until tomorrow, and then I'll carry on with the rest of it. And hopefully tomorrow, when I go to deal with all of the electronics, it will not fall apart on me. But that's going to be about it. I will come back to you as soon as I've got some more work done to this wee beastie. Good news is the truck is now in one piece, which is good. There is a slight issue with the bonnet or the hood. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about that, because it's the hood that doesn't actually fit correctly. I've had a good old nose and a look about, and there's nothing I can actually do to get the hood sitting straight properly, apart from bending it outwards. It seems to have lost its shape, which is a bit of a shame, but it doesn't matter really, because once it's in place and you've actually bent it slightly and put it back down, it's alright. It just means that you have to do that every time that you open the hood. But she's not looking too bad at the moment. We've got almost everything on, well, I say almost everything on there. Most of the truck is there. I think we're up to step 68 is the next one. But following on from that, we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps actually done before that as well. So it's just a case of fitting all of the auxiliaries, like the turbo bits and pieces, the diesel turbo bits and pieces, and the air filters and the exhaust stacks, etc. So there's still a little bit to go, but not a huge amount. The most complicated parts are actually over and done with now, and it's starting to look good. If we just kind of try and give you a side view, the problem is this kit is so long. It's just over 50 centimeters in length, this thing. So yeah, it's quite big. And then if we just turn around to the back end as well, there you go, there's the shot from the back end. Again, as I say, all the lights and everything, all of the SMDs that are in place, I'm not going to bother doing anything with them until such time that all of the bits and pieces are in. Mainly because there's no point in sorting them out, because they're just going to get nudged anyway whilst I'm doing all the rest of the work. Still need to sort out the door for all of the wires that are hanging about, and this is the part that I've got the problem with. It's you kind of have to wiggle it to get it into place to sit down properly. But as I say, it's the actual hood itself on this edge here, and there's no way that I would have known that was causing the problem until such time the whole thing was attached, which it is now. But yeah, that's where we are. So I'm just going to carry on, get some more work done to this wee beastie, and I will catch up with you in, it could be the next update. I'm not really sure at the moment, but I think it's going to be the next update. So until then, thanks for watching, and please do take care.